As we approach the last 4 matches of the Premier League season, it is all to play for in the title race. One of the best title races we've seen in recent history. Arsenal, who sit top of the league without a Premier League for 22 years, but look on to finally win it this season under Arteta after 7 years of being in charge nearly. Is it Arsenal's year finally? Or is it Manchester City, the team who've done 4 in a row? Of course, they got ended last year by Liverpool. Are City going to get back on their perch once again and win Pep's, I think, 7th Premier League title of him being at the club since 2016? Man City, of course, been the best team in the Premier League in the last 10 years, and they could prove that this season. With only being 2 points behind Arsenal, everything is to play for. So we're going to be talking about this episode, video. I'm going to be talking about who I think will win the Premier League title. So if you're going to enjoy this video, it's going to be nice to record. Always, remember to smash that subscribe button to the flipping channel, and let's get into this one. So let's talk Arsenal first. Of course, we've got Eze pointing up to the fixtures here. Arsenal have only got 4 games remaining. Fulham at home, West Ham away, Burnley at home, and Crystal Palace away. 4 fixtures Arsenal could easily win 4 of and wrap this league up easy. But Arsenal are not that type of team. Arsenal are a team that will go to West Ham away and will lose. We'll lose because it's the Arsenal way. The game to see winning, the Burnley at home, 5-0 blast or whatever. Fulham at home could be easy, but the problem is Fulham are not an easy team. They're in a European race. And Palace away on the final day should be a win. If Palace, of course, are in the UEFA Europa Conference League final, they'll be going nuts. They will not care what happens in the Premier League, just as long as they stay up, which that is going to be confirmed. Even if they finish 15th, they couldn't care. If they get a European trophy, what can they moan? So let's go through each fixture. Of course, this Saturday, Fulham at home, the 5:30 kickoff on Sky Sports. Big game, of course. Fulham at home. Arsenal have done okay against them the last couple of years. There have been a couple of times where they've dropped points to them at home. Normally away, they're quite good with Fulham, but at home, they have some dodgy results. They beat them there early in the season, 1-0 at Craven Cottage, and it was a tight win. But Fulham have improved a lot since then. Of course, at that time, they were sitting 13th or 14th in the Premier League table. Now sitting 8th, I believe. 8th or 9th, I believe, in the table. Fulham have got a great chance of getting European football for the first time in, I think, nearly 16 years. Of course, in that time, being relegated to the Championship numerous times. But being in the Premier League now for over 3 years. They're looking for European football. They've done it in their nearly done their first season back, and they've not been on that perch again since. So this could be the season where they finally get what they should have done when they first came back up a couple of years ago. But will they do it against Arsenal? I don't think they will. I think Arsenal should get 3 points here. It's a home game. The Emirates, of course. It's their fortress, Arsenal. They need to get 3 points. And Fulham, yes, they aren't a bad team, but Arsenal are fighting for a Premier League title. There's 2 different levels to this, and I think Arsenal should win this 2-1. I think, they're playing Atletico Madrid tonight, and I think they've just drawn 1-1 with Atleti away. It's a good result going to the Estadio Metropolitano, of course, with the Emirates' second leg being in the midweek after this game. So possibly it could be tied. And if Arsenal rest players, it could be debatable. So I do either see 1-1 or 2-1, but I will go over 2-1 Arsenal win, I think. They should win this, and if they don't, that is embarrassing, and they do not deserve to win this Premier League. I'm sorry. West Ham away. The fixture that's on everyone's list to watch. With West Ham fighting Tottenham to stay up in the Premier League, sitting 17th, 2 points above Spurs, but with Spurs have arguably the easier running compared to West Ham. This game is on West Ham's radar. Arsenal at home, they've not been that bad in recent years. Of course, a couple of years ago, they lost 6-0 to Arsenal at home, but except from that, they've not been too shabby. But Arsenal away, and Arsenal away at West Ham, I think Arsenal should do it. They should, but I don't. And being a Tottenham fan, that's not very good for me. The one time that Arsenal, I actually need them to win in a way. Don't ever really want to be supporting Arsenal win, but this game, for our safety and for our history of a club, Arsenal, I need you doing a job. But I don't think it will happen. I just don't see Arsenal going to West Ham and getting 3 points. I just don't see it. I don't know why. Because West Ham, sitting 17th on the brink of the relegation zone. I just don't know why I see Arsenal going to 17th place West Ham, who are top of the league, of course, Arsenal, and not beating them. So I see a 2-2 draw against West Ham at the London Stadium. I see Arsenal dropping points. So that leaves Arsenal on 77 points. Whoa, sorry guys. 77 points. So they should be in a pole position right now. Burnley at home, wrap it up. Burnley, of course, already relegated. Arsenal, Burnley at home should be easy for them. Easy. 5-0 Arsenal. 5-0 Arsenal. I see Arsenal on a rampage, get that goal difference up on Manchester City so they can probably win on the final day. And then Palace away. It's not easy, of course, going into this. They'll be sitting on 80 points. Arsenal just need to win. Do I think they win? No. No, I don't. I see a 1-1 draw at Selhurst Park. I just don't know why. Arsenal in April and May are the most dodgiest team at the whole league. For some reason, they just don't show up. And I think Palace away, Selhurst Park, Palace bring you down to their level when you go to Selhurst Park. I'm not saying Palace are a really bad team, but in recent years, they've not been up to level with, of course, Arsenal. Never really have been for all years they've been in the Premier League, if being honest. But I just don't see Arsenal winning there. I see Arsenal probably scoring first, but maybe Palace getting a goal late on, So 1-1 draw. I see Arsenal ending the season on 81 points. So they only get another 8 points from the next 4 fixtures, which is diabolical for Arsenal. It is diabolical, when you're dropping 4 points. Is it 4 points or is it 6 points? No, it might even be worse. No, it is. That's over 7 points. They'll drop 7 points, Arsenal. I'm not surprised. So Arsenal for 81 points. I know a lot of you will think, oh, you're ridiculous, Jake. How are you saying Arsenal are only going to get 81 points? This is what I believe. And I'm a Spurs fan, so I'm not going to sit here and say Arsenal win every game, win the league, of course. No, I'm not Don Robbie. I'm not Troops. I'm Jake X Millie. I'm not an Arsenal fan. I don't like Arsenal. I hate seeing them in this position, to be honest with you. But yeah, I think 81 points is respectable for Arsenal. So how about we move on to, the Giants in the last 10 years, Manchester City. The difference between Arsenal and Manchester City is that City have actually got 5 games to play instead of Arsenal's 4. So City have the upper hand. Right now, sitting 3 points beyond Arsenal with the exact same goal difference. If we think of Arsenal's fixtures, sorry, I have to think of this. So just give me a second on what I said. So that would be 39 goal difference, it would be 44. So Arsenal went under a 44 plus goal difference. So City would need to score at least 7 or 8 goals in these last 5 matches and win, of course, get a better point tally than Arsenal to make sure they win the Premier League. So how about let's go through them. I don't know why the fixtures are all mixed up in order here. I'm just going to ignore that. So we're going to go in the actual order it should be in. So Everton away. Of course, Hill Dickinson Stadium. I know there's been dodgy moments there, but recently they've turned up notch, Of course, losing to Liverpool at home, the Merseyside derby wasn't great for Everton. So they probably want to respond in their late European charge, sitting 10th. They're only 1 point off, I think it's Chelsea, who sit 6th in the Premier League right now, or Brentford, who sit 7th. Everton are right in the mix for Europe still, so this ain't easy, Man City. But I think Man City scrape it. A 2-1 win for Manchester City at the Hill Dickinson Stadium, sorry. Will save Manchester City 3 points, being on 73 points now with a goal difference of 38, I want to say. And Arsenal got a better goal difference actually. So this would put Man City on 38 goal difference and 73 points. Brentford at home. Again, like I just said, the exact same thing with Everton. Brentford are pushing for Europe as well. They could still get in the Champions League if Villa finish 5th, of course, and win the Europa League. That 6th place goes for a Champions League spot. Every team will be licking their lips looking at that. And Brentford could be that team, They've had an absolute great season under Keith Andrews, with Thomas Frank leaving in the summer to join Tottenham, which didn't work out, of course. Keith Andrews coming as the assistant manager with a lot of trust. A lot of people predicting Brentford to finish rock bottom and go down. It's the exact opposite. We could be seeing that GTEC Community Stadium hosting Europa League nights, maybe even a Champions League night against a Barcelona at a 15,000 seat stadium. It is incredible, but not today. City win 3-1. 3-1 win for City. I just think City win it. I just think it's at home. City know the circumstances. They've been in these positions before. They know what to do. Haaland scoring, Cherki scoring, Semenyo. I see a 3-1 Man City win, which will take their goal difference, of course, up to 40, which is getting close to Arsenal's 44, of course. And that would put them on 76 points. Palace at home. Again, Palace ain't got much to play for in the Premier League anymore, They're not going to get Europe in the Premier League places, but they could get it through Europe. Being in the Europa Conference League semi-finals, the first time they've ever been in European football, and getting this far in the Conference League is amazing for them. They face Shakhtar Donetsk, and this will just be after the second leg, I think. And if they've got to the final, Palace don't care, if I'm being honest. I see a 2-0 City win at home against Palace, Just see him running away with it. 42-point goal difference. 42 goal difference. Points, sorry. I meant 79 points. So City only need 2 points from these final games now. It's getting interesting, ain't it? It's getting interesting. Bournemouth away. Bournemouth away is never easy. It's never an easy place to go. I don't see City winning. I don't. But this is the thing. This is where goal difference comes into play. If City, of course, don't beat Villa now, it's Arsenal's league. I see a 1-1 draw at the Vitality. Bournemouth, they're sitting 11th, but they're already on 46 points from what I know. They're only 2 points off the Europa League spaces. Bournemouth could be in a European charge. Bournemouth at the Vitality Stadium, with a seating of like 11,000, they could be in the European race. It is absolutely incredible what we're witnessing in the Premier League right now. Bournemouth away won't be easy, I see a Nico O'Reilly goal when Bournemouth go 1-0 up. I see Nico O'Reilly responding for City late on to snatch a point and take City to 80 points in the Premier League now with a goal difference of 40, of course. Villa at home. Final day. Villa should have Champions League football wrapped up. They might have even won the Europa League. The finals being played on the Wednesday before this game, on nearly the eve of Tottenham's Europa League winning against Manchester United the year before. I don't think Villa have anything to play for. And you think, going into this final day, Arsenal will sit on 81 points. Well, they will be in futuristic time, if you could tell the future. And City will sit on 80. City beats Aston Villa. I just think it happens. I think it happens. You remember the magical fairy tale we saw them years ago when Liverpool were top all them time and City on the final day, Gundogan saving City, beating Villa 3-2 after going 2-0 down. See something similar happening, City winning that league by 1 point, different this time. Arsenal go 1-0 up at Selhurst Park. City go 1 down at Villa, or at home to Villa, sorry. It's Arsenal league to win. The Arsenal fans on Twitter are going nuts saying the league's done. Get the parade ready already. Get the parade ready, sorry. I just said so many words there. And get the trophy. But we're not done yet. City get 1. City get 2. So think of it. There's still so much to play for in this. But they're both on tie points. With Arsenal with a better goal difference, it's still Arsenal's league to win. But late on, Crystal Palace score to make it 1-1, meaning Arsenal sit on 81 points while City sit on 83. And it is done. We get to full time. City win 3-1 versus Villa, while Arsenal drop points at Selhurst. Manchester City finish on 83 points. Arsenal finish on 81, meaning that Manchester City will win the Premier League once again and Arsenal will bottle the league once again. The Bottlers are always known, like Arteta's new nickname is the Bottler. Of course, now, like they say for Don Robbie, my boy Expressions, he's sweating Cocoa Pops in Uganda, bruv. You get me? So, City win the league. I just think it happened, and you could say, you're very biased, you think. Just because you're a Tottenham fan, you don't want Arsenal to win. Some of that, but I'm not going to sit here and say I'm just, Arsenal lose every game, I'm a Tottenham fan, I got to see it, blah, blah, blah. No, because we've got to be realistic, of course. But I just still think City win this league with the experience and how they do it in every April and May. They just turn on. They can always look dead in the first half of the season, City, and ramp up the gears, sorry. They just know what to do, City. It's in their genetics. It's in their DNA, City. They know what to do. And Arsenal are the complete opposite. They look amazing in the first half of the season. The league's on, and they bottle it. They just can't get over the finish line for some reason. When they literally have it in a clear distance with no one around them, they always somehow finish second. And it amazes me. I don't know how it happens every season, and it's going to happen again. So what do you lot think for the Premier League table? Drop your comments down below. But thank you for watching. It has been nice to record. Always remember to smash the subscribe button to the flipping channel, sorry. And I'll see you lot in the next one. Goodbye, guys.